What if I told you there's a 100-year-old woman in Pennsylvania who peels hard-boiled eggs in 2 seconds, without even cracking them? And she's not magic, she's Amish. And today, you're getting all 35 of her kitchen secrets. Let's be real. We're all tired of wasting food, oversalting soup, and throwing out bread after 2 days. We spend more on groceries than ever, and still end up with sad, stale leftovers. But there's a community in America that's been quietly crushing it in the kitchen for generations. Without electricity, without Amazon Prime, and without a single TikTok tutorial. The Amish. These folks don't just live off the grid, they thrive on it. They've mastered the art of doing more with less, and their elders have passed down food hacks that are so simple, so brilliant, you'll wonder why no one taught you this in school. And guess what? You don't need a farm, a wood stove, or a horse-drawn plough to use them. These 35 tricks work right now, in your kitchen, with your pots, your pantry, and yes, even your electric stove. From peeling eggs like a pro to saving burned meals, yes, really, these are real, tested, oddly satisfying hacks that have kept Amish families fed, healthy, and waste-free for over a century. So grab a pen, hit pause if you need to, because by the end of this video, you'll be cooking smarter, saving money, and probably wondering why modern life made things so complicated. Number 1. The salt trick for perfect egg peeling. Ever struggle to peel a hard-boiled egg? You're not alone. The Amish have a simple fix. Add a pinch of salt to the boiling water before cooking. That's it. The salt helps the egg white separate from the shell. After cooking, the shell slides right off. No tearing, no frustration. Even old eggs peel easily. This trick saved time in Amish kitchens. They often boiled dozens at once. Every egg counted. Wasting one meant someone might go hungry. So small wins mattered. This little hack made mornings easier. No more pockmarked eggs or sticky fingers. Just smooth, clean peeling every time. It's not magic. It's wisdom passed down through generations. And it works in any kitchen. No special tools needed. Just salt, water, and eggs. Simple, effective, and it proves that sometimes the oldest tricks are the best ones. Number 2. Cool soup in minutes, not hours. Leaving hot soup on the counter is risky. It can grow bacteria fast. But putting a hot pot in the fridge, that's not safe either. It can heat up the fridge and spoil other food. The Amish found a better way. They use the sink and cold water. They place the hot pot right in the sink. Then they pour cold well water around the outside of the pot. The cool water pulls heat from the metal. But here's the key. They stir the soup while it cools. Stirring moves the hot liquid from the centre to the edges. This helps it cool faster and more evenly. In just 15 to 20 minutes, the soup is safe to store. No waiting for hours. No guesswork. This trick was a must in Amish homes. They often made big batches. Cooling soup quickly meant meals stayed safe and fresh. It's simple, it's smart, and it works in any kitchen, even today. Number 3. Bone broth that heals for the Amish. Bone broth isn't a trendy health drink. It's real food for hard times. They never throw away bones. Chicken, beef, any leftover bits go into a big pot. Then they simmer it for hours. We're talking 24 to 48 hours. Slow heat pulls out all the good stuff. But the real secret? A splash of vinegar. Yes, plain vinegar. It helps pull out calcium, magnesium, and collagen from the bones. These nutrients go right into the broth. The result is rich, healing liquid made from scraps most people toss. It feeds big families without costing much. One pot can stretch into many meals. It's warm, filling, and full of flavour. Kids drink it, grandparents sip it. It's part of daily life. And because nothing goes to waste, a single chicken can feed a family for days. This isn't magic. It's smart, simple living, and it's been working for generations. Number 4. Butter that stays soft, even in summer. No fridge. The Amish don't worry. They keep butter soft and fresh without electricity. Here's how. They wrap the butter in a clean, wet cheesecloth. Then they store it in a cool cellar or shaded spot. As the water in the cloth slowly evaporates, it cools the butter. It works just like old clay jugs that keep water cold in hot places. The butter stays cool but not hard. Always spreadable, never greasy. This trick is perfect for summer. When the heat turns store-bought butter into soup, Amish butter stays just right. It's simple science. No power needed, just a cloth, water, and a cool place. Families use it every day. Grandmas taught their kids. Kids taught their kids. It's been passed down for years, and it solves a real problem. No one likes tearing a biscuit trying to spread cold, rock-hard butter. With this hack, butter is always ready. Easy, smart, and it works like a charm. Number 5. The potato trick for oversalted soup. Too much salt in your soup? Don't stress. The Amish have a fix. Just grab a raw potato, cut it in half, drop it into the pot. Let it simmer for 15 minutes. Then take it out. That's it. The potato pulls extra salt out of the soup. It acts like a sponge, but it doesn't soak up the good flavours. The soup still tastes rich and warm. Just not salty. Why does it work? Potatoes are low in salt, so they absorb it from the liquid. Their natural starch also helps balance the taste. This trick saved many meals in Amish homes. A pot of soup takes hours to make. Throwing it out is a big loss. With this hack, one mistake doesn't ruin dinner. It's quick, it's smart, and it uses what's already in your kitchen. No special tools, no waste, just a potato doing its job. Families have used this for years. It's simple wisdom, and it turns a kitchen disaster into a win. Number 6. Make cottage cheese in 10 minutes. The Amish don't buy cottage cheese. They make it fresh at home. It takes just minutes. All they need is warm milk and a splash of vinegar. Pour the vinegar into the milk and stir once. Then wait. In a few minutes, the milk begins to curdle. Little white clumps form. That's the cheese. The liquid around it is whey. They pour it all into a cheesecloth. Hang it over a bowl. Let it drain. After 10 minutes, the cheese is ready. No machines, no chemicals, no preservatives, just pure, fresh cottage cheese. It tastes creamy, light, and clean. Nothing like the stuff in plastic tubs. And it lasts longer too. Without fake additives, it stays fresh for days. They use it in meals, on bread, or with fruit. It's a simple way to turn milk into food. One more way the Amish waste nothing and gain everything. This trick has been used for generations. Easy, smart, and always delicious. Number 7. Salt meat 30 minutes early. Most people salt meat right before cooking, but that only makes the outside salty. The inside stays bland. The Amish do it differently. They salt their meat at least 30 minutes before cooking. Then they let it sit. At first, the salt pulls moisture out. Beads of liquid form on the surface. But over time, the meat pulls that salty liquid back in. This acts like a natural brine. It seasons the meat all the way through. The result? Juicy, rich flavour in every bite. Steaks taste better. Chicken stays moist. Roasts come out perfect. It works because of simple science. No special tools needed. Just time and salt. This trick is common in Amish kitchens where food must be hearty and satisfying. Every meal feeds many, so flavour matters. And this small step makes a big difference. No guesswork, no waste. Just smarter cooking. It's a habit that turns plain meat into something special. And it's easy to do at home. Number 8. Zest don't waste. Most people squeeze a lemon and throw the skin away, but the Amish know better. The real flavour isn't just in the juice, it's in the yellow part of the skin. The zest. That's where all the strong citrus oils live. They use a sharp knife or grater to remove only the yellow layer. They avoid the white part underneath. That part tastes bitter. The zest goes right into dishes, soups, breads, desserts. But timing matters. They add it at the end of cooking. Heat can kill the bright flavour if it's added too soon. A little zest wakes up the whole meal. It adds a fresh, tangy kick. No need for bottled flavour, no waste. Just more taste from the same lemon. This small step shows how the Amish get the most from every ingredient. Nothing is tossed too soon. Every bit has a job. It's smart cooking, and it makes food taste alive. Number 9. Toast your spices. Spices lose flavour over time. They sit in the cabinet too long. They smell flat. The Amish don't toss them. They wake them up. How? Heat. They pour whole spices like cumin, coriander or peppercorns into a dry cast iron skillet. No oil, no water, just heat. They stir them slowly. In minutes, the spices begin to pop and crackle. The smell fills the kitchen, warm, rich, alive. That's the natural oils coming out. Toasting unlocks deep flavour that was trapped inside. Once cooled, they grind them by hand. Fresh ground spice tastes stronger. One pinch does the job of a spoonful. It makes soups, stews, and rice taste bold and fresh. This trick costs nothing. It uses what you already have, and it's been passed down for years. Amish cooks know good flavour doesn't come from buying more. It comes from using what you have, the right way. Simple, smart, and it changes everything. Number 10. Flax eggs. When chickens take a break. Winter comes, the chickens lay fewer eggs, sometimes none. No store runs, no deliveries. The Amish don't stop baking. They make a simple swap, a flax egg. Just 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed and 3 tablespoons of water. Mix it and let it sit. In 5 minutes, it turns into a thick, sticky gel. It works just like a real egg. It binds the batter. It adds moisture. Use it in muffins, cookies, or pancakes. No one can tell the difference. The bread rises. The texture stays soft. Even the chickens wouldn't know. This trick has been used for years in Amish homes. It keeps baking going all winter long. No waste, no stress. Just simple, smart cooking. And it's easy to try today. Keep ground flax in your pantry. When eggs run out, you're still covered. A tiny seed solves a big problem. That's old school wisdom at its best. Number 11. Fix bland food with homemade vinegar. Soup tastes flat. Stew feels dull. The Amish don't throw it out. They add a splash of homemade vinegar. Just a little. Right at the end. It doesn't make the food sour. It makes the flavours pop. Everything tastes more alive. More like itself. They make this vinegar from scraps, apple peels, cores, leftover fruit. Nothing gets tossed. They toss the scraps in a jar, add water and a bit of sugar, and let it sit. Over weeks, it ferments. Then they strain it, bottle it. Now they have golden, tangy vinegar. No store needed, no waste. This small step adds big flavour. A spoonful wakes up soups, beans and veggies. It's not fancy, it's kitchen wisdom. Passed down, trusted. Used every day. The right acid lifts the whole dish. It's like a flavour alarm clock. Simple, sharp, and just what you needed. And it costs nothing but time. Number 12. Newspaper ripening for tomatoes. Got green tomatoes? Don't toss them. The Amish wrap each one in a piece of newspaper. They tuck them in a cool, dark place, like a pantry or cellar. No light, no heat, just quiet. The paper traps ethylene gas. That's a natural gas tomatoes make as they ripen. Trapped gas means slow, even ripening. No rotten spots, no mush. Each tomato turns red and sweet in its own time. This way, they enjoy fresh tomatoes for weeks after harvest. No fridge, no power, no cost. Just old paper and patience. It's smart, it's simple, and it works. Some families even label the wraps so they don't mix up tomatoes with last week's news. But even if they do, the tomatoes don't care. They just keep ripening, soft and ready when needed. This trick saves food, it saves money, and it shows how a little knowledge goes a long way in the kitchen. Number 13. Save every drop of cream. Store-bought milk is mixed. The cream stays blended in, but real milk from a cow sits in a jar. After a few hours, a thick layer of cream rises to the top. The Amish don't ignore it. They skim it off. Every drop. They use a spoon to gently lift it and place it in a mason jar. It's soft, rich, and creamy. They save it in a cool place. This cream isn't wasted. It becomes butter when they churn it. It goes into soups to make them creamy. It enriches cakes, biscuits, and gravy. A little adds big flavour. To them, this isn't just cream, it's liquid gold, and it costs nothing extra. It's a gift from the milk itself. Nothing is ignored, nothing is lost. Just careful hands and good habits. Over time, those small savings add up. One jar becomes many. One meal becomes richer. This simple act shows how paying attention to little things brings big rewards in the kitchen. Number 14. Flour paste for soft bread turns hard after one day. Not in Amish kitchens. They have a trick. Before mixing the dough, they make a small paste. Just flour and water. They cook it lightly until it thickens. Then they add it to the rest of the bread ingredients. This paste locks in moisture. It keeps the loaf soft and springy for days. Even on day 5, the bread stays fresh. No plastic wrap, no preservatives, just smart baking. The paste helps the dough hold water longer. It changes the texture in the best way. Slices stay soft, crust stays tender. This trick is old but powerful. It's passed down from grandmother to granddaughter. It's used every time they bake big loaves for the family. One small step makes a big difference, and it costs nothing extra. Just a spoon, some flour, and water. Simple? Yes. Effective? Absolutely. It's not magic, it's wisdom baked into every loaf. Number 15. Smell test for food safety. No printed dates on the milk or leftovers. The Amish don't guess. They smell it first. A quick sniff tells them a lot. If it's sour, rotten, or just off, it's tossed. No second chances. If it smells okay, they look closer. They check the colour. Is it strange? Mouldy? Then they feel the texture. Slimy or sticky? That's a no. But if it still seems okay, they have a final test. The chickens? They give a small piece to the hens. If the chickens eat it and stay fine, it's likely safe for people too. Animals know what their bodies can handle. This simple system kept families safe for years. No labs, no phones to check, is this still good? Just senses and common sense. It's smart, it's natural, and it works. They trust their nose, their eyes, and their flock. That's real food wisdom. Number 16. Stale bread? Turn it into gold. Bread gets hard. Most people toss it. Not the Amish. They give it a new life. Even rock-hard loaves don't go to waste. They take the stale bread and run it through a hand-crank meat grinder. No power needed. Just a few turns of the handle. Out comes fine, fluffy crumbs. Light, dry, perfect. These homemade breadcrumbs are golden and full of flavour. No preservatives, no weird ingredients. They use them to coat chicken before frying, or mix them into meatloaf to keep it juicy. They even add them to soups to thicken the broth. Every crumb has a job. Nothing is thrown away. A dry loaf today becomes tomorrow's dinner. It's smart cooking. It saves money. And it turns what looks like trash into something tasty. This trick has been used for years. Simple tools, Big results. One stale bread can help feed the whole family, twice. Number 17. Test cake doneness with a straw. No thermometer, no toothpick. That's okay. Amish bakers use a simple trick. They grab a clean straw or a small wooden splinter. When the cake looks done, they slide it into the centre. They pull it out slow. If it comes out with just a few damp crumbs, perfect. The cake is ready. If it's wet or sticky, needs more time. If it's dry and clean, it's overcooked. This test works because the middle cooks last. Especially on wood stoves where heat isn't even, this method is reliable. One side of the oven might be hot, the other cool. So guessing doesn't work. But the straw tells the truth. It's thin, so it doesn't leave a big hole. It's clean, so it won't mess up the crumb. And it's always on hand. No gadgets, no fuss. Just a quick poke and, This old-school hack is smart, simple, and has saved countless cakes from disaster. Number 18. Sourdough starter that lives forever. Some Amish sourdough starters are over 100 years old, older than radios, older than cars. They're still alive, still baking bread. How? The family feeds it flour and water once a week. It lives in a cool pantry. Not too cold, not too warm. They treat it like a pet or a promise. This starter is full of wild yeast. It bubbles, it grows, it's alive. Mothers pass it to daughters. Neighbours share a jar. It moves with families when they relocate. It's more than food, it's tradition. The bread it makes is chewy, tangy, full of flavour. No store-bought yeast needed, just time and care. One small jar feeds generations. It turns simple flour into warm, golden loaves. And if you forget it for a week, they know how to bring it back. This isn't just baking, it's keeping history alive, one loaf at a time. Number 19. Tenderize tough meat like a pro. Good cuts of meat cost more. The Amish didn't always have that luxury, so they made tough meat tender with simple tricks. First, they'd lay the meat flat. Then take a wooden mallet and pound it. Not too hard, just enough to flatten and soften. This breaks down the tough fibres, makes it easier to chew. After pounding, they'd score the surface. Small cuts across the grain. These tiny slices let heat move evenly when cooking. They also help spices go deeper. The meat cooks faster, tastes better, feels rich. No rubbery bites, no jaw workout. Just soft, juicy pieces. It takes just a few minutes. No special tools, just a mallet and a sharp knife. This trick turns cheap cuts into something special. Even tough chicken or older beef comes out tender. It's smart cooking. It saves money. And it shows that with a little effort, even the hardest meat can become a great meal. Number 20. Wild yeast from grape skins. No yeast in the house. The Amish don't panic. They go to the grapevines. Fresh grapes carry natural yeast on their skins. They pick a handful. Crush them in a jar. Then let the mix sit in a warm spot. In a day or two, bubbles appear. That's yeast waking up. It's alive. It's working. This bubbly mash becomes the start of bread dough. They mix it with flour and water. Let it grow. Soon it's a full sourdough starter. No store-bought packets, no shipping, just nature. The bread made with this yeast tastes deeper, richer, more alive. It's shaped by the air, the soil, the season. Local flavour from local yeast. Grape harvest wasn't just for eating, it was for baking too. Families saved this starter for months, even shared it with neighbours. One small jar could feed many. It's slow, it takes trust, but it works, and it shows how the Amish use what's around them in the smartest ways. Number 21. Honey as a meat preserver. Honey doesn't spoil, it lasts for years. The Amish know this, so they use it to keep meat safe. They take fresh meat, chicken, rabbit or small cuts, and cover it completely in raw honey. Every inch gets coated. The honey forms a thick, sticky layer. This seal blocks air and bacteria. No fridge needed. No ice. The meat stays fresh for weeks in a cool cellar. Honey has natural enzymes. It's low in moisture. Bacteria can't grow. That's why this works. When it's time to cook, they rinse off the honey. The meat is still clean. Still good. It may have a light sweetness, but that fades when cooked. This trick was great for travel or winter meals. No power, no waste, just a jar of honey and waste. Just a jar of honey and care. It's smart, it's safe, and it's been trusted for generations. Nature's way of keeping food fresh. Number 22. Corn cutting hack for big harvests. Cutting corn off the cob can be messy. Kernels fly everywhere. The Amish fixed that with a simple trick. They place a small bowl upside down inside a large bowl. Then they stand the corn cob on top of the smaller bowl. It stays upright and steady. They hold the cob by the ends and slice down with a sharp knife. The kernels fall right into the space around the inner bowl. None bounce onto the floor. None land in the sink. Everything stays contained. This method is fast and clean. It saves time when processing dozens of ears. During harvest season, families work together. Every minute counts. This hack keeps the job smooth. It reduces mess. It prevents waste. One cob at a time, they fill pots for freezing, canning, or cooking. The setup uses tools they already have. No special gear, just smart thinking. And, in the end, not a single golden kernel is lost. Number 23. Dry herbs. The natural way. Sunlight fades herbs. It kills their flavour and healing oils. The Amish avoid the sun when drying herbs. Instead, they pick fresh sprigs of rosemary, thyme, mint, or medicinal plants like echinacea. They tie them in small bundles with cotton string, then hang them upside down from the kitchen rafters, up high where air moves freely. The herbs dry slowly in the dark. No direct light, no heat. This keeps their oils strong. After a week or two, they're crisp and ready. They crumble the leaves into jars. The dried herbs are more concentrated than fresh. A little goes a long way. They use them all winter in soups, teas, and remedies. The kitchen smells earthy and clean. Rows of hanging bundles look like a healer's workshop. But it's not magic. It's careful, smart drying, and it keeps flavour and power locked in. Nothing wasted. Everything useful. Number 24. Clean sticky hands in seconds. Kneading dough leaves hands sticky. Washing right away just spreads the mess. The Amish have a smarter way. They grab a handful of dry flour, rub it over their hands. The flour soaks up the wet, sticky bits. It turns goo into powder. Then they brush off the excess. After that, a quick wash with soap and water finishes the job. Hands come clean fast. No scrubbing. No wasted time. It works like dry shampoo, absorbs the mess before you wash. This trick saves soap and effort. And in a busy kitchen, that matters. Bakers go right to the next task. No sticky spoons, no dough on the table, just clean hands and smooth work. It's a small step, but when you're making bread for a big family, every second counts. This is smart, simple living. One handful of flour solves a daily problem. And it's been working for generations. Number 25. Keep pickles. Submerged with a paper towel, pickles floating in the jar? That's trouble. When they rise above the brine, they spoil fast. Mould can form. The whole jar might be ruined. Amish homemakers had a simple fix. They didn't buy special lids or weights. They used a clean paper towel or cloth. They placed it right on top of the cucumbers, pushing them gently under the brine. The cloth stays down as it soaks up the liquid. It keeps every piece covered. No gaps, no air exposure. The pickles stay safe and crisp. It's food safe, cheap, and works every time. Once fermenting is done, They just remove and toss the towel. No clean-up, no cost. This trick saved jars of pickles season after season. Floating veggies act like stubborn teens, always trying to rise up. But this little cloth keeps them in place. Smart, low-tech, and totally effective. Just one more way the Amish waste nothing and get it right. Number 26. Slice dozens of tomatoes in minutes. Canning season means piles of tomatoes. Slicing each one by hand takes forever. Fingers get tired. Cuts go crooked. The Amish found a faster way. They take 2 dinner plates, place 1 tomato on the bottom plate, put the second plate on top. Press down gently. The tomato is now sandwiched and stable. They slide a sharp knife between the plates and slice through. Perfect rounds every time. No wasted fruit, no shaky hands. The plates act as a guide and shield. Fingers stay safe. Once sliced, they stack the next tomato and repeat. This method cuts time in half. 50 tomatoes go from whole to sliced in minutes. It's simple, it's smart, and it's perfect for big harvests. When days are long and work is heavy, every shortcut counts. This trick keeps the kitchen moving. No fancy tools, no stress, just plates, a knife, and good sense. Number 27. Toast bread over a wood fire. The Amish don't need a toaster. They use glowing embers from a wood fire. They take a slice of bread and hold it on a long-handled fork. Then they place it over the coals. Not too close, not too far, just right. They turn it slowly. The bread browns evenly. The outside gets crisp. The inside stays soft. A bit of smoke adds flavour. It's warm, toasty, and full of character. Electric toast can't match it. This method gives full control. No burning, no guessing. Just careful watching and patience. Grandparents taught kids how. It's part of morning routine. One slice at a time, they feed the whole family. The fork gets passed down like a tool of trade. Simple, reliable, and it works in any season. When power fails, the fire still burns. So does the toast. This isn't just cooking. It's skill passed through time. One golden slice at a time. Number 28. Use every kitchen scrap. Nothing goes to waste in an Amish kitchen. Onion skins, carrot tops, celery ends, herb stems, chicken bones, they all have a second life. Instead of tossing them, they save every bit in a big pot. Over days, the scraps pile up. When the pot is full, they add water and simmer for hours. The result, rich golden stock, full of flavour, full of nutrients. This broth becomes soup, stew, gravy, or beans. It turns scraps into meals. No cost, no waste. Just smart cooking. The bones give body. The veggies add taste. Even the stems bring aroma. It's like magic, but it's just patience and care. This habit saves money. It feeds families well, and it uses what others throw away. One pot at a time, they stretch their food further. This isn't just cooking. It's respect for what the land and animals provide. Everything has value. Everything has a purpose. Number 29. Store dry goods in glass jars. Flour in a paper bag? Sugar in a box? That's an open invite for bugs and mice. The Amish don't take the risk. They use glass jars with tight lids. Every bag of flour, rice, cornmeal, or sugar goes into a clean jar. The lid seals it shut. No pests can get in. No moisture can get in. The jars sit on shelves where they can be seen. No guessing how much is left. You just look, and the glass keeps everything fresh for months, even years. No clumping, no weevils, no surprises. These jars are tough. They last. They protect. They're used over and over. A simple system that prevents big problems. In a pantry where every grain counts, this makes all the difference. It's not fancy, but it's smart, and it's been working for generations. One jar at a time, the Amish keep their food safe clean, and ready to use. Number 30. Seasoned cast iron with lard Amish. Cast iron pans don't come pre-seasoned from a box. They earn their non-stick surface over time. After every use, they clean the pan gently. Then they rub a thin layer of warm lard over the surface. Not too much, just enough to coat. They place the pan on the stove or in the oven and heat it slowly. The oil soaks in. It bonds to the metal. When it stops smoking, they turn off the heat. The pan cools and is stored dry. This builds a natural slick layer. Over months and years it gets better. Food doesn't stick. Eggs slide right out. The pan becomes a trusted tool. Families pass these skillets down like heirlooms. No chemicals, no plastic coatings, just care and routine. This method works because lard is pure fat. It creates a strong, lasting seasoning. One small step after cooking saves hours of scrubbing later. It's simple, it's smart, and it turns a plain iron pan into a kitchen legend. Number 31. Save burned food. Burn the bottom of your pot. Don't dump it. The Amish know how to save most of the meal. As soon as they smell smoke, they lift the pot off the heat. Then they grab a clean bowl or pot. With a wooden spoon, they carefully scoop the top and middle layers of food, the unburned parts, into the clean container. They stop before they reach the black, stuck-on layer. Never scrape. That bitter, burnt taste spreads fast. Even a little can ruin the whole dish. But the food above is still good, still safe, still tasty. This trick saves soup, beans, stews, anything that sits on the stove. It's quick, it's smart, and it turns a kitchen mistake into a fixable moment. No need to start over. No need to order takeout. One small rescue step keeps dinner on the table. In a home where every meal matters, that kind of wisdom is priceless. Number 32. Natural food colouring from your garden. No store-bought dyes in Amish kitchens, but that doesn't mean plain food. They use what grows in their garden to add colour. Red from beets, green from spinach, yellow from turmeric. They boil or simmer the ingredients, then strain the liquid. That coloured water goes into bread, frosting, or desserts. Beet juice makes pink cakes. Spinach water turns dough a soft green. Turmeric gives a bright golden glow. These colours are safe, natural, and they add a hint of flavour too. Earthy, sweet, or warm. No chemicals. No weird aftertaste. Kids love the colours, even if they don't love their veggies. It's a clever way to use scraps and skins. Nothing wasted. Everything useful. This method has been passed down for years. It's simple, it's smart, and it proves you don't need a lab to make food beautiful. Just a pot, a spoon, and a little garden magic. Number 33. Bread crusts as soup thickener. Most people toss bread crusts, not the Amish. They save every tough end. These hard pieces aren't trash, they're treasure. They dry them out on the counter, then grind them into fine powder using a hand grinder or blender. The result? A natural thickener with no raw flour taste. When added to soups or stews, it blends in smoothly. No lumps, no chalky flavour. It thickens fast and adds body. Since the crusts are already baked, they dissolve without needing extra cooking. They even carry the flavour of the original loaf, toasty, rich, warm. This trick turns what most throw away into something useful. A little goes a long way. One jar of crust powder can last weeks. It's perfect for busy days when soup needs a quick boost. Nothing wasted. Every bite valued. It's a small habit with big results, and it shows how the Amish make the most of what they have, one crust at a time. Number 34. Smoke meat without electricity. No fridge? No problem. The Amish preserve meat the old way, with smoke. They build a small, slow fire in a smokehouse. They use apple, hickory, or cherry wood. These woods burn cool and give rich flavour. The meat hangs on hooks inside. It stays there for days. The smoke wraps around it. It dries the surface. It keeps bacteria away. This slow process preserves the meat for weeks. No power, no ice, just time and care. The result is deep, smoky flavour and long-lasting protein. It's safe to store in a cool cellar. This method was used all year, especially after butchering. One animal could feed a family for months. The smokehouse is simple but smart. It controls heat and airflow. Too hot and the meat cooks. Too cool and it spoils. But when done right, it works perfectly. This isn't just cooking, it's survival wisdom. Passed down, trusted, used every season. Number 35. Salt-cure pork the old way. Fresh pork spoils fast, especially in warm weather. The Amish don't wait. They cure it right away. They pack the meat in a mix of coarse salt and brown sugar. Every inch is covered. The salt pulls out moisture. No water means no bacteria. The sugar adds flavour and balances the salt. They layer the meat in a crock or tub, then store it in a cool root cellar. It stays there for weeks. Over time, the meat firms up. It darkens. It becomes safe to eat without refrigeration. This method turns fresh pork into long-lasting food. It's used for ham, bacon, and sausage. No chemicals, no machines. Just salt, sugar, and time. When winter comes, they have protein ready. This cure is simple but powerful. It's been used for generations. One batch feeds a family for months. It's not just about taste, it's about survival. And it shows how the Amish turn raw meat into food that lasts. With nothing but wisdom and a handful of salt. These 35 food hacks from Amish elders aren't about going back to the old days. They're about bringing timeless wisdom into our modern kitchens. Simple, smart, practical. Each trick was born from necessity, to save time, stretch food, and waste nothing. And the best part? You don't need a farm, a wood stove, or a horse-drawn cart to use them. Whether it's peeling eggs with salt, saving stale bread, or curing meat with salt and thyme, these methods work just as well today as they did a century ago. They help you cook better, save money, and keep food fresh longer. All with little more than common sense and a few everyday tools. The Amish didn't just survive on this knowledge, they thrived. And so can you. Start with one hack. Try the potato trick for salty soup, or use a paper towel to keep your pickles crisp. See how small changes make a big difference, because sometimes the best solutions aren't new, they're simply forgotten. So take what works, use what you have, and cook like someone who knows the value of every bite.